So look, we appreciate your time. I've heard a ton of dudes how inspirational you were to them. And obviously we're gonna talk about how we don't feel you're celebrated in this grand scheme of things. But when you hear the real ones that you were touched and you affected give you your flowers, what does that mean to you?
I always looked at it for so many years like I was the Rodney Dangerfield of hip hop. You know, coming from Miami, coming from the South, you know, when, you know, being a person who discovered Southern hip hop, you know, when coming up in the era of being a DJ and only spinning music from, you know, New York and then spinning music from LA. And so when we eventually ended up starting to do the music, you know, it was a kind of resentment more so from the East Coast part of it because it was their baby.
Yeah,
you know, they were like, hey man, we ain't fucking with nobody else. You know, it's all about New York, you know, and so, which is understandable, but later on down the line, it became, oh, okay, we're doing what we're doing. You know, we eventually, you know, had to fight our way into certain things in certain places, but eventually people started respecting the music for what it was. And then lately, I would say probably last 8 years, 8 to 10 years, people start giving the flowers and the respect to what we built.
Mm-hmm. We just had a conversation with DOC a couple weeks ago in Dallas, and he just got all the rights back to his music.
Right.
35 years later, he said he never thought he would see it. Congratulations to you. You
Appreciate
had a
it.
similar situation. I mean, what did that mean to you, and how frustrating was that process?
You really can enjoy it now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when a motherfucker sample your shit,
Yeah.
you know, you can, you know, you're gonna get, you know, residuals from it. You know, a large part of my catalog, you know, I thought I was doing the right thing because again, I'm the pioneer of this shit. I'm like first one to own and operate a record company, manufacture, distribute the product, you know, unlike anybody else, you know, trying not to get jammed up in the taxes. I'm looking at how people lost their businesses and lost their catalogs. So I started surrounding myself with, you know, lawyers and accountants thinking they would be kosher and shit. But, you know, they were out to, you know, in my opinion, steal the shit, you know, which they were able to do it. They were able to infiltrate what we had built, you know, at that time, you know, with the 2 Live Crew and H-Town and stuff like that, artists like that. They kind of worked them and eventually, you know, I lost the case and I was still getting sued by a lot of people because back then, you know, we were just sampling shit. So I had a lot of sample lawsuits going on and eventually ended up, you know, they filed, this same trick guy filed an involuntary bankruptcy, got 3 creditors, and then the file that against me. So I originally did not go into bankruptcy. It was a involuntary, but then at the same time, I had all these little lawsuits. And you know, when I did have to hire a lawyer, talk to him about it, I was like, oh shit, this is a way to spell relief. I'm gonna just go ahead and convert it into a Chapter 11, get rid of all this shit and start over, because I make records.
That's
I mean, records don't make me.
more, right?
Yeah, I can make more. So then I end up discovering Pitbull after that, Trick Daddy, and a whole bunch of other artists and doing solo albums and continuously did what I did. But then I lost it at that because I had to do a deal within the bankruptcy to actually, you know, sell a large part of the catalog. You know, eventually I end up, so then that's what I had to fight to get back, which we got back a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a different kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I can't wait for the story to be told. You know.
Are you making it?
Yeah. I actually, but on the way here, I signed a contract with Paramount to do the movie. So
beautiful.
Movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be.
So it's gonna be. People will be able to see the real story.
We breezed through it, but Dino was one of the coldest motherfuckers ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He was one of the coldest motherfuckers ever.
Yeah.
Singing.
Yeah.
By
No
far. Rest in peace,
question
Dino.
about it.
Yeah, he was one of the coldest ones.
No
ever.
question about it. I mean, the way I found him was through Low White. Low White played ball for Houston, Allers at the time, and he, you know, he linked up with the manager and all that, and they were trying to find somebody to do a deal with them, and Lil White kept telling me about this group
He
called.
talking about the lead singer for H-Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept telling me about this group called the Jets. And it was like the Jets. And so I went to go see Lil White play and do a show at the same time. Eventually stayed over to listen to these kids, and I heard them. I was like,
how old were they at that time?
Shit, they had to be like
teenagers.
Yeah, they had to be
It was
like
in high-
17.
Yeah, it was in high school.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from around the area, so I remember all that.
Oh, so you
I'm
know.
from Port Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, first of all, we got to lose this motherfucking Jit name. I was like, y'all motherfucker, I got to call y'all H-Town.
H-Town was perfect though.
Yeah.
The screw, all that was popping around the town. That was perfect for them, bro.
Yep. And they used to screaming on the radio. I think Greg Street was there at the time.
Yeah.
It's like H-Town this, H-Town that. I'm like, well, you motherfuckers say H-Town. Fuck that. Y'all gonna represent your crib, and ain't nobody else using it. So that's how that is.
That was fire. Shout out to H-Town. For those who don't know, you was taken to Supreme Court over music and lyrics and stuff. Now, and you end up winning. Now a lot of the kids today are reaping the benefits of that. They can say what they want, and you know what I'm saying. Can you talk about that and how? Well, I actually don't feel you get enough props for that. But can you talk about how kids are benefiting from that today and don't understand what you went through for them to be able to benefit from it?
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, it was like shit. It was almost like a civil rights movement at the time, you know, and I don't use that word loosely because people died through the civil rights movement, you know, and people, you know, we would go to cities, go to jail, get arrested, go to court, you know, eventually ended up in the Supreme Court, like I say, being banned from arenas, couldn't go in certain places, couldn't sleep in certain towns, you know, because of the music. So, you know, a lot of kids today, they don't understand that. You know, they changed the name from popping pussy to twerking. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing.
Shit.
Same shit. You know what I'm saying?
A little more appropriate.
Same shit.
Yeah. You know, so they didn't understand that.
Right.
You know, okay, all right. No, motherfucker, that was it. Then their mamas just explained to them, nah, motherfucker, we did that shit
Been
before.
doing that.
And that's how the fuck you got here.
He ain't left.
Yeah, that's how you got here. You know, and
That's how you got it.
hey, so that's where you got it. You got it from your mama. So y'all motherfuckers ain't invented nothing. So, so we were going through that. We went through all those trials and add that on top of being an outcast, being these country ass niggas from the South. Now you doing shows with Eric B. Rakim and Run DMC and all them, you know. But unfortunately, I knew them dudes because when I started, I was a DJ. I kind of brought hip hop to Miami, but just now you playing in the same arena they playing in, and it's like it's a competition. You know, you ain't get ready to go rock the mic, and you're not from New York.
Right.
You know, so
it's game time.
Yeah, it's game time. So it was a lot of resentment from the industry. It was a lot of resentment from the actual people who wanted to stop us, and then politics played a big role into it because every politician, when he was running, he used us as a pawn in the game. Like, yo, we're gonna stop this fucking X-rated music and this Luke and all that, and I'm running on that to clean up the community and everything. So, you know, you had all different types of elements. So eventually, you know, got sued by George Stein, not George Stein, but George Lucas, Star Wars, because my nickname was Skywalker.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like Said the Entertainer was Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Yeah.
Said the Entertainer was
Hey,
Cheerio.
Rio.
Go ahead, my bad.
I was like, why the fuck y'all ain't sued Kenny Skywalker?
Right. Oh, with the hits, right?
Yeah.
He was using fucking, so I got sued by them. I was getting sued everywhere you could name it. You know, but because it was all of the content of the music. So I understood that it was gonna be a fight. You know, my uncles and my dad would teach me about Black history. They made me read every book, whether it was H. Rap Brown, Malcolm X, you name it. So I kind of knew things in full circles. When you're a Black man with a voice, they're gonna come after you.
Yeah.
And then you're independent. So I'm not affiliated
really
with a
like
major
that.
record label or
Really
anything.
don't like that.
So I mean, shit got deep, but then I was prepared for it.
Yeah.
You know, I knew.
It was a lot of DJs in the South, but they was dealing with a real nigga.
Yeah.
They
got the right motherfucker.
Yeah, they was dealing with a real nigga.
Yeah, they got the right. I was like, you got the right motherfucker here. You ain't got no motherfucker who don't know how you motherfuckers is moving. So yeah, I fought their ass. They were trying to drag me. You know, that's what they normally do. They'll drag you to suck the blood out of you, suck all your resources, turn you back into what they perceive you as being a broke black man. You know, and I wasn't gonna allow that to happen because along the way I was building my brand through the bullshit. You know, so I knew you banned a record, I'm gonna use that to build up the brand, build up the company, you know, and that's how the H-Towns and all them came about. That's why they was sex. They were Luke R&B.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know what the fuck Knocking the Boots was, but when they explained it to me, you know, oh, this is, you know, and oh shit. So that's what we're gonna do. That's gonna be the first single. You know, that's y'all version. So yeah. But it was a deep move. I mean.
Speaking of that, me so horny, face down, ass up. We want some pussy. Pop that coochie.
Ain't no mystery to it.
I mean, we know it ain't no mystery to his history, but
the fuck shop.
You gotta be living that to come up with them titles.
You gotta be living that. You gotta be living that.
Can't make that up. You can't make that up, Jack.
Hey, our thing was, I'm like, man, I come from Miami. Yeah. Half of these motherfuckers running around naked. You know, the rest of the world, no. You know, I know if you from Boise, Idaho or someplace, you
ain't seeing none of that. Yeah.
People go to the beach with thongs on. I mean, they topless on the beach. So, I mean, that's where we came from. But then at the time, we had to be different. Yeah. We can't be breakdancing and shit and doing, you know, stickers. So when our album covers had to be a reflection of Miami. Yeah. We're on the beach, laying between girls' legs, and they got thongs on.
That's Miami.
You know, that's Miami. So, hey, I can't. We gonna be talking about pop that pussy.
Yeah, look at a lot of your mamas out there.
Yeah.
Trust me.
We gonna say, hey, we want some pussy.
Like you say, how you think you got here?
How you think you got here? Shit, a lot of y'all got here because your daddy ain't had no game, so he had to throw on a loop tape. 1-1. We're having some fun in the bedroom.
Oh my goodness, nigga, that have no game. Is it true that Bruce Springsteen really gave you the green light to use Band in the USA?
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah. I actually talked to him because I didn't want to do like these new Jack dudes do right now, where they'll take your song and they'll sample your shit and you be on the record and your music and they ain't even holler at you or nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
You know, a lot of that going right now. You know, I don't think I have one person, I don't give a fuck, whether it's French Montana or whoever it may be, that call up and say, hey, yo, man, you know, respect, man, I want to use the song. They just
pop that pussy.
Yeah. They just go and use the song. I go call somebody and get the rights to use it. But I felt like it was really important to get on the phone. If I'm gonna use the song, I can use it because my Supreme Court case was a parody case. And so it gives you the right to use, you know, content, you know, whether or not you get the approval. But I just felt like it was the right thing to do. And when I talked to him, he understood the struggle because it was everywhere. I mean, I was on every show, you know, talking about what's free speech, you know, how music is being under attack and everything like that. So he understood, you know, the fight. And I wanted to do that album to really like put that shit out there, name the album Band in the USA, you know, do the song, switch over Born in the USA, make it Band in the USA. And when he gave us the right to do that, it was like, it was classic.
Yeah, he got it. You can tell he got it.
Yeah, most people don't know that was the first downloaded record in the history of the music business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even know you
What year was that?
Shit, I forget what year because I wanted everybody to have a record on 4th of July.
Hey, Google that, Dylan. What year was that?
Band in the USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said I want every radio station to have it and play it at the same time.
Crossover. Yeah, it's a crossover.
Yeah, yep.
1990.
Yep. That's crazy. It don't seem like that was that long ago.
Can you tell us the Martinez and Navarro story stemming from the song Fuck Martinez, Bum Ass Cops, and Governor?
You fucked it, yeah, the governor and Dan Quayle, who was the vice president. So Martinez, let's take Navarro first. So Navarro would hang around with Geraldo.
Rivera.
They were the first fucking reality TV show
Yeah, somebody.
dudes.
Yeah, they got Geraldo ass nose broke too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Live for the world to see.
Exactly. They ran around with the fucking cameras and, you know, with Navarro busting cocaine deals and shit like that and going up in houses. So this motherfucker, okay, now you wanna fuck with me.
Got the right
You
one.
feel me? Yeah, got the right one again. You know, so he then goes and run up into the store and took the records out of the store. We banning this shit. You know, these are X-rated records and all that, and this will not happen. So they made a whole show about it. So eventually we ended up going to court. People don't realize it was 3 cases. It was the Supreme Court case. It was the Nasty's They Wanna Be case where the record was actually deemed obscene. That was the Navarro shit.
Mm.
You know, the federal judge said this record is obscene. Then we ended up doing a show. I'm like, fuck y'all, we're gonna go right down the street from the courthouse and do a show and sing the whole fucking album. So they eventually put us in jail. Navarro. You know, I'm just fucking fucked up. You know, I'm like, nigga, I'm winning. I'm supposed to be dead in jail.
But how much
Feel
did them doing that and not being public grow your fan base and the love the motherfuckers have for you?
That's what my lawyer said. He's like, don't worry about this
That's
shit.
just growing your brand.
He said, yo, fucking brand going
Crazy.
going out of this world.
Because I'm on the West Coast and young at that time, and we only hear West Coast music. But when you guys shit started happening, all the trouble, it's on TV now. Now we starting to hear it on West Coast radio stations. Now. So it's just like it almost only grew your brand.
See, but you know the crazy part about it? The 2 Live Crew came from the West Coast. Most people don't know Mix came from San Bernardino.
The IE.
They all were connected because they were in the military. Chris was from New York. Brother Mark, there was another guy in the group named Yuri Vilot. He was from LA. He was the original member, but he was more conscious. He didn't want to do this fuck shopping type music. Yeah, so he kind of jumped out. And then we found Marquise, brought him into the group. But it was a LA-based group.
Okay.
All of them was on Macola Records with Easy and all the rest of them with, you name it, all them dudes was on Macola Records at that time, which was a distribution company.
Okay.
You know, he had everybody from the West Coast. And so I basically found them from there as a DJ, putting out, you know, going to the party, and heard this one song and started bringing them down, do shows. And that's how we kind of linked up.
Raunchy female music, seeing people like Sexyy Red, Cardi B, Glorilla, and these labels flip the table and talk like you. What's your take on that?
Man, I love it.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because my biggest critics were women back then when I was going through all this shit. Oh, you fucking
degrading women.
You degrading women, you misogynistic motherfucker and all that. So right now I'm like, yeah, how the tables turn. Now the fucking girls is winning. Hey, they celebrating it and all that. I mean, Sexyy Red, you know, I love Sexyy Red. I love what all of them are doing, you know what I'm saying? Because they're being themselves. And they represent a certain group of people. Yeah, you know, Sexyy Red represent a group of women, the hood, who have never had a representative.
Yeah.
You know, the girls who feel comfortable with the purple and green hair, with the fucked up booty shots, and not too many of them look cute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you had to be a dime piece, a 10 or something like that. So she represents a whole fucking generation of people, you know, and like I say, I love everything that them girls doing. You know, I appreciate the fact that I was able to fight for them to have the right to be able to say what they're saying.
Right.
And to see them shaking their ass. I mean, the little girl from New York, what her name is?
Ice Spice?
Ice Spice. To turn around, shake her ass, I'd be like, see, you got it from your mama.
Yeah, yeah.
Your mama grew up on Luke.
And she knew me, she knew
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I love the fact that they're able to do their shit because then, you know, again, if I don't win that, if I don't go back and get the federal case, which was when the Nasty was deemed obscene, overturned, which I eventually ended up doing, if I don't get that overturned, they could use that case against all these girls, everybody.
Absolutely.
Because it'll be case law. You know, case law say, you know,
back in
this type of shit.
1990,
1990, this motherfucker seen said this on the record and all this and did this, it don't meet community standards. They wouldn't be able to say what the hell they saying.
It's a rapper out the West Coast named Simba. You familiar with him? Simba?
No.
Okay, he's one of the hot young rappers out there coming up now. Yeah, he's our homeboy. But he said the South has the better rappers and the better songwriters, and the East Coast and West Coast got better rappers. I agree with him on the Southern part, but I think we got some of the better rappers in the South too. But I agree because I really think that the soul in the music, the ideas to come, all that comes from the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even the music, all that comes from the South.
Yeah.
Do you agree with what he's saying about the songwriter part of it?
I agree from the standpoint of right now. You know, when I came in the game, it was New York.
Yeah.
You know, they had the lyricists. I mean, you name it. You know,
Rakim, Cool G Rap.
Yeah, that shit was, I mean, them motherfuckers, you couldn't fuck with that.
Yeah.
You feel me? That was like, you know, you couldn't fuck with them dudes.
Fuck with that.
No. You just wanted to be in the room with that shit there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at that time, but even at that time there, people like, again, part of the fight was, I remember going to New Music Seminar, which was the biggest music convention in New York at the Marquis Hotel. 10,000 people in a room and like, this shit is a fad. The South will never be great in hip hop.
This is the early 90s? Early 90s?
Early 90s. I hop up in the room, you know, I'm a nigga about it anyway. Man, fuck that shit. The South will rule this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We will run this motherfucker because we're not a city or a big town.
Yeah.
We're
collection.
Charlotte, we're
a collection. Yeah.
Atlanta, we're Georgia, we're Memphis, we're a global entity of the South, and if we ever catch on,
look out.
It'll be hard pressed. So, you know, I agree with him for right now because the South is really ruling right now, but a lot of other places. I mean, you see what Kendrick is doing. Detroit
on fire.
Motherfuckers
right
is it's something different. You know, it's something different. It ain't just totally controlled by one area, which is what I always been about. You know, I always been about, hey man, this shit ain't just because it's not gonna last. It's gonna be like disco.
Yeah.
If it's only hip hop in New York, this shit gonna be a fad. It's gonna play out. You know, I'm just happy that I played my part into diversifying it, you know, along with what they were doing in LA and California, and then what they were doing in Philly. And so now for the shit to be able to spread, to bring that, you know, which is a beautiful thing.
Everybody got their own sound. That's what I love. West Coast got his own sound. The South, we got our own sound. East Coast, everybody got, you know, even the Midwest coming up with their own sound now.
Yeah, everybody got their own shit.
Yeah.
You was obviously a pioneer for the South, and we're gonna get into that. But did you lean on anybody when you was going through all your shit, or you just found a way to get through it by yourself?
Man, I was using common sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and what I learned, because I was a DJ, so back then I was a part of a record pool, and I understood that there's record pools all across the country. Then I did a little interning at the radio station because, again, now the dark side of me, I was a street motherfucker.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then I was like, okay, I gotta get my life together. And so I got into this music shit. And so I interned at the station, learned how records are promoted, how the record man come in and do things in the station to get the records played, which is what Homeboy shouldn't have said the other day, because some things you don't talk about.
Right.
You feel me? And so I'm looking at all these, and so I'm learning, but not knowing that I'm learning at the same time, not saying that my goal is to own a record company. I just wanted to be the biggest record promoter. You know, I wanted to be fucking Al Heyman.
Just understand the game.
You know,
from head to
and
toe.
then I ended up falling into this music shit. You know, when somebody, you know, again, somebody tell me, yo, you can't do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, hell no, I'll show you better than I can tell you. So, you know, I ended up falling into the music business and then eventually loving it.
The holiday season is filled with can't miss sports. To make it even better, watch it with the DraftKings Sportsbook app in your hand. DraftKings is hooking up all new customers who bet $5 with $150 instantly in bonus bets. Download the app now. New customers use the promo code SMOKE, bet just $5 on any wager, and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SMOKE, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. What up, y'all? I'm here to tell you guys about Rhone, my new favorite clothing brand. Rhone lets you look good without having to think about it. Winter and fall need their own wardrobes, so I need comfort and the ability to layer. But I also gotta stay warm. Rhone's Commuter Collection is the most comfortable and breathable set of products I've ever tried. The Commuter Collection is treated with Gold Fusion and anti-odor technology. It allows me to get more wears in between washes. You'll be fresh and clean all day long. Rhone has a premium piece to elevate every occasion. We're talking about the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos, and blazers, all boosted with functional performance properties. I personally love the versatility and freshness. The Commuter Collection gets me right for any occasion, and the wrinkle-free technology works as hard as they do. Every piece is perfectly packable for travel. So head to rhone.com/smoke. Use the promo code SMOKE and save 20% off your next order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to rhone.com/smoke. Use the code SMOKE. It's time to embody your most confident self.
Being a pioneer and someone who basically started the godfather of this shit, I'm gonna give you some names, some Southern groups that definitely pay homage to you, but I wanna get your opinion on them. OutKast.
Oh yeah, OutKast. I mean, they took this shit to a whole nother level. Great. I mean, probably one of the greatest Southern hip hop groups
Ever.
Not
ever.
just Southern.
Yeah. Groups ever.
Period.
Rap duos ever.
Period.
Ever.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
Something fucking serious. Yeah.
Geto Boys.
Geto, my guy.
I'm not about to say that. That's your era.
I'm still trying to find them. You know, I just was with Face the other day. I'm still trying to. I did a sit down interview with the whole fucking group.
Oh, with the whole
Bushwick was still alive?
With Bushwick was still alive. I mean, like, again, my ass is thinking, like, I'm always thinking 10 years away.
So this is what, back in the 90s?
This shit was
early 2000s?
It was early 2000.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta find that
That's
shit
dope.
where I had all of them. We all was sitting in the room
They just chopping
and we
it up.
just chopping it up.
That's cold.
You
That's
know,
the
which
kind of
would
I
shit.
would love to
totally
see that. You know, I'm a
incredible.
Texas baby. I'd love to see
Yeah,
that.
I gotta find that motherfucker there.
They pay good money for shit like that.
Geto Boys was so inspirational for the entire South.
Yep.
I mean, when I discovered Trick Daddy, right? Trick Daddy was sounding just like Scarface. And I had to tell him,
Really?
you can't sound like Scarface. Now, mind you, I just got this motherfucker out of jail.
Yeah.
He already crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? So his delivery, his cadence was like,
Raw.
because they got the same voice, but he delivered the lyrics the same with
Similar.
Scarface. I'm like, bro, you can't do that shit. You know, man, come on, man. So I ended up taking him to Chicago. We did a show. Hey, I got this new motherfucker up here. He gonna sing a song right here. Boom, nigga, you sound like Scarface. Nigga.
Damn.
Went back.
You had to go back
I said,
to
now
that.
you believe me?
right?
Yeah.
You know, cause all young motherfuckers, they always talk, oh, that's how y'all did it. Hey, this the young shit and all that. Nah, motherfucker, business don't change. And then we changed the way he delivered away from what Scarface was doing. But
Shout out Trick Daddy. He got a dope restaurant out here too. The food is crazy.
yeah, food amazing.
Trina.
Trina, that's my little sister. We used to be on 15th Avenue spot here, hardcore hood area. Stepbrother was in my DJ group.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we was street niggas.
Yeah.
And Trina was a little girl, she used to hang out at the store and all that. And so she always was like, always around the little girl and the mama, Vanessa, God bless her soul, fine ass mama, drop dead gorgeous, beautiful red motherfucker, which Mr. Wonderful, older dude, that was his girl.
Yeah.
So, Trina was a mama and everything like that. But that's like my little sister. The sister I never had, you feel me? And I remember It's Your Birthday song. If you listen to the song real close, you'll hear Trina, It's Your Birthday. That was the first time she went in the studio.
Okay.
You know, so we brought her and her little homegirls in there. Y'all come on in the studio and sing on the background on the song and everything like that. She got the bug. And, you know, I just love what she's been doing and her career that she's had in the business and how she represents the crib.
Yeah. That's my homegirl. Rick Ross.
Rose. Another little short story. Rose, I mean, I love that dude. That's my dude. I understand the struggle he came from.
Yeah.
When I first met him, again, he from Carroll City, I'm Liberty City. That's like Brooklyn, Bronx, and all that shit like that. Ross was outside of the Carroll City flea market giving out his records. And then he gave me a CD, went home, checked it out, listened to this shit. I'm like, this motherfucker here got something, right? Then I did a record. I did a record with him and this other guy named Dirtbag. You know, Ross, like, he was all excited that I'm doing the records. Now he hustling and shit. So you got to understand where he came from. So to hear what he's doing right now and see where he's at, you know, that motherfucker really was on his grind. You know, ain't had no silver spoon. Ain't nobody give him no, okay, hey Ross. No, Ross really put his work in.
Got it. UGK, Port Arthur.
Oh shit, man, classic. classic. Some shit you could only, it's only one word, classic.
Classic. That's my guy.
Obviously, we touched on Miami football, but where did that connection and love come from? Because you were a bridge for a university to a community of young men that kind of changed the way college football was played and looked at that time.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I always was a Hurricane football fan from being a kid, playing Pop Warner, my brother taking me to the stadium, watching us get the shit beat out of us with another 1,000 people in the Orange Bowl. Nobody went at the game. So I saw the dragon of the program. And then, you know, when this music thing, I wanted to do something different. You know, I looked at what Howard Stellenberger did. Howard Stellenberger went to Tallahassee, got beat by FAMU. So HBCU beat Power 5 school, at that time one Power 5 school. All those black kids, and in the area where University of Miami is located, it wasn't really no such thing as black people being able to go in that area. So then Howard Stellenberger made the decision, fuck that. I just got beat by a whole bunch of guys from Tallahassee, which is 7 hours away, that's from Miami, because that was the only opportunity for them to go to school, either there or Cookman. Then the dudes started getting on the campus. You start bringing them, they start doing wild shit. On the news, niggas going up in motherfuckers, the dorms, taking TVs and robbing the motherfucking white kids and all that. So then I'm Luke, I got clubs, strawberries, like you say, all kind of shit, teen discos, where these dudes hung out there. So I didn't say, look, let me take it upon myself to holler at these motherfuckers, let them know the opportunity that they got. You know, don't fuck the opportunity up.
So it started off as more of a mentorship.
It started off as a mentorship, but then at the same time, dudes got kids. These motherfuckers playing down there, riding with them old pretty ass houses and shit, and they playing not knowing they can't eat. They can't send no money back home. So then now that's why all the word come in, oh, Luke was paying motherfuckers, which the statute of limitations, but then it became, okay, how do I get you to perform at a certain level where you gonna perform higher than your expectations, they end up getting you drafted. But then you can get a couple dollars right now, you know, to take care of some of your bills or come by the club, whatever it is, you feel me? And so it was more of, hey, look, let me mentor these guys, point them in the right direction, tell them to seize the opportunity that they have, get an education, or make it to the league.
Incentivize them.
Exactly. So then now I'm like, yo, this shit, we gotta take it to another level. Then I put the whole jacket on.
That jacket was
album
back
cover.
then, bro.
So now, bad boy motherfuckers of hip hop. Every Thursday we got a meeting at my condo. Hey man, take your fucking helmet off, go in the stands, tell them fuck y'all, dance over a nigga, man, talk shit. because they don't like us. So I'm telling them
how to be really bad guy, how to be the bad guy.
how to be bad guys because we're not accepted.
Play into it.
You know, so we started beating people. Brent Mossberger get on the thing, the commentator. These fucking guys are horrible. They can't never beat nobody because we won Notre Dame. We won Nebraska. We won Oklahoma. You know, the chosen motherfuckers. So, you know, they just took on us against the world mentality. And so that's how all that shit ended up going in. The bandanas, you know, because I had a bandana on stage, you know, with my fucking outlaw. So they became outlaws. You know, everything that they lived, you know, they lived what we were living through football.
But I couldn't imagine being, you know, I mean, because I was in LA and I got a chance to kick it with Snoop a little bit during that time in the late 90s, but you was really instrumental. They like one of the biggest stars in the world, like fucking with these guys. It probably had to just be unbelievable because obviously you gave them access to your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And the things you worked really hard for. And as an 18, 19-year-old kid coming from nothing, I'm sure that shit was just a dream come true.
Yeah. I mean, that was shit. They would be at the house, you name it. But it was really having them understand their marketability.
And the opportunity.
You know, the opportunity you got. And then at the same time, now they making headways. These motherfuckers take the helmet off, running through the shit. Now they took it to a whole nother fucking level, you know, on the field. And it was like, I mean, coaches couldn't control it, but then they were whooping asses. I mean, like you say, Jerome Brown, Warren Sapp, that motherfucker was so crazy. He had to go with me on the weekend. When I did shows, the coach would be like, hey, go with him. So he won't be in trouble. Just go with that motherfucker. Just as long as he showed up to practice on Monday. So I mean, you know, Jerome Brown, same thing. I mean, that he was the actual cornerstone of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's why all of them wear that 99. You gotta be a bad motherfucker. And then when he passed,
Rest
you know,
in peace.
Yeah, that was the dude. That was that dude.
He was a monster.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
Yeah, that was that motherfucker there.
Hell yeah.
What memories do you have of the Heat becoming an expansion team in the late 80s? That was right around 2 Live Crew's peak.
Oh yeah. You see me with me and Pac with the jersey. I got my Heat jersey on. We won shit.
Yeah.
We was playing in fucking American Airlines Arena with the rats running around that motherfucker. Hey, but no, I mean because I always was a Laker fan. You feel me? I'm straight Laker. You know, before we got a team, and then at the end of the day, you know, I'm like the Heat. So I mean, that whole thing was amazing because they had motherfuckers out there that really wasn't good basketball players.
Yeah.
They were here and then they got caught up in this shit and they were partying.
Ooh, that's a tough
You know
life.
what I'm saying? So then it kind of changed when Sexyy came along, Sherman Douglas came along. They got a big plane there now. Goddamn
Army
military plane.
Yeah.
You know, it's so many stories. I remember when Sherman Douglas got beat up.
Damn.
Hey, he got in a fight with another motherfucker. The motherfucker went to the locker, so both of them got kicked out. Sherman Douglas came out the bitch butt naked, you know, in the middle of the court. You know, he's the man beating him.
Whooped him.
What? He had all the soap on him. You see the motherfucker? Bro, I seen so much shit, you know, because, you know, all the Heat players, they were my dudes. You know, and then we got to the point, like, even when Keith Askin and Bimbo Coles and all them played. So every time you got drafted by the Heat, you had to come to my club. And then you had to drink more shots than the last motherfucker who got drafted.
There's initiation.
Yeah, so I had a whole initiation these motherfuckers here. But no, it was crazy. I mean, when Sexyy was there, it kind of started changing. Me and Steve Smith, that was my dude.
That's my guy. That's my OG.
That's my nigga there. So me and Steve Smith became like real close friends and all that. And I was always there with them dudes. Even when D Wade came down here, when he got drafted, I mean, D Wade had his white t-shirt on, his hat backwards and shit. He not D Wade. Man, they were laughing about that the other day. You're not the D Wade, you know, that I had to take around. I'm taking this motherfucker to the club.
Grooming him.
Don't fuck with these hoes over here now.
Yeah, buddy.
Don't do this over here. Don't do this here. This is where you move at. You know, I'm like,
big, though.
you know,
the world
walking
needs
around.
That. The world needs that.
Yeah, so shit. That's why I love to see where he at. But that whole expansion and where they came, you know, and how they moved and started winning. You know, it's like being there at the beginning. I was number 349, first person to buy a season ticket.
Okay.
You know, I still got, they
You was
put
in
the
there
ticket
early.
in the, what you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's dope.
Ron Rothstein and shit, the coach.
That's
You
dope.
had any run-ins with the Godfather, Pat Riley?
Pat, no, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Y'all would get along. I already know.
Yeah, we would
I
get
already
along.
know.
That'd be
Pat
like
started
2 months.
running them motherfuckers. They used to call it the Run Nigga Run program.
Yeah.
Man, I tried out. I came for you know how you had the camp before the actual training
To
camp?
see if you can come to camp.
Man, I didn't make it through that shit.
Ran
I'm
you
throwing up like, yeah, Miami ain't the team for me. I need to
Same
be on
me.
the team where I can party.
Hey, Keith told me one time, he said, man, we had to go down south to get certain type of shoes. But they had to get
Running
shoes
shoes.
made, running shoes, because
That
the
wasn't
man used to
playing.
run them. So
That
Yeah.
wasn't playing. Tell
Hey.
me some stories about, real quick, my bad, Jack. I don't mean to cut you off.
You
Pac,
good.
your relationship with
Pac,
Pac,
that's
what was
my
he
guy.
like? Yeah, I know you guys fuck with each other.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
big
my
fan
dude.
of Pac. Yeah.
yeah, when Pac used to ride around with Digital Underground, you know, I always vibe with the actual celebrity, but I always vibe more with the guys who hung around
Mhm.
because I kind of knew
Street dude.
that, you know, where you trying to go at, you know, show them love because everybody, you
Figure it
know,
out.
the celebrity motherfucker, but what you trying to do, young fella? So
Yeah.
then me and him, we just like everywhere we would go, if we saw each other on tour,
Love.
then we'll find our way, some kind of way, in some kind of conversational session because we had so much in common when it comes to that Black Panther thing and all that
Yeah.
and the movement. So we would end up having those deep conversations, and then when he started blowing up, you know, I saw the 2 different Pacs.
Yeah.
You know, and I always could have a conversation
Yeah.
with him. So
That's what
He
they
started
said.
blowing up.
Not
Yeah.
to cut you off, but you was one person that could really sit down and talk to him,
Yeah.
and he understood.
yeah, because it was, you know, again, it's like mentoring dudes, you know, because, you know, sometimes we get big and then we get big.
You lose sight.
You lose sight. So it'd be like, hey, slow the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? So we would have those
Yep.
kind of conversations, you know, channel this shit in the right way, you know, because he, you know, when people see him, he always the life of the party. He always gonna talk shit. He got that Napoleon complex. You know, that motherfucker he gonna be fun, but you know, I love that motherfucker. And you know, even with that whole beef thing was going on, I was trying to squash that
Yeah,
shit.
they said you were instrumental in trying to break that up.
Yeah. So it, you know, just
What happened with that? I mean, you don't have to give, but I mean, I'm a huge fan. We come from that era, so
Yeah.
to know that you were the one that was really trying to like stop this. How did that go? Who'd you talk to? How'd it go?
well, I talked to both of them.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Because we don't do no Pac slammed on this show.
no, hell no, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Uh-uh.
Not on
Hell
this show.
no, that's my
Pac
nigga
slam.
there. Yeah, no, I talked to both of them. I mean, both of them, you know, they were it's no
Initially
different.
friends.
They were friends.
Yeah.
You know, they love each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like a 2 friends breakup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, nigga, you know you love that motherfucker. That you know you love him. You feel me? And so that's what it was. But then what I always told them, and anybody who get into that shit, like even when I had, you know, with this other shit that went on lately, you know, I'm like, it's not gonna be the motherfuckers.
It's around you.
It's
Who's
gonna
around
be
you?
The crash
fans.
dummies.
And now the media. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
fans are gonna get involved,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that they're doing something on behalf of you.
Yep.
Crash
You know, so you gotta kind of let that shit, chill, because then, you know, you got hate motherfuckers out there. They want to do something anyway. You feel me?
Can't wait.
Yeah, they want to be involved, show that they're involved. Yeah. So
Crash dummies.
crash dummies.
Around that time, you can tell me if you know or not, was Madonna frequently around doing her thing with the players?
Yeah, she was down here.
Yeah, we
Fucking everybody.
That's what I wanted to hear. Because I heard she was down there get drove.
Yeah, they ran through her.
Yeah.
She had to leave.
She had to leave.
I heard she was down there
And
get
that's
drove.
what happened. A lot of people think this shit country.
This shit
Yeah.
ain't
They
sweet.
come down here, oh
It
shit,
ain't
I'm gonna get these country
sweet.
motherfuckers, I'm gonna just run. And then you get ran through.
Mm.
You know, so one of our basketball friends, I left him in the house. He said he smashed.
Yeah.
I said, all right. My man.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
Come on, man.
My man, hey. No, but hey, I took care of all the basketball players.
Yeah.
I made sure they were straight. You know, made sure Willie Burton was straight, but he got a little
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah.
He met one girl on the
I would have
boat.
lost it too out here, Luke.
Willie lost his mind.
I would've lost
I said,
it.
Willie, go down there, knock her down, but don't go nowhere with her.
Couldn't handle it.
No, because she became my dancer, one girl. So I got her. I had to get our other
The
friend.
dancers was cold.
Look how you being careful.
I had to
Though.
take our other friend and
Being careful.
off a cliff.
Ooh, hurt his
Wes.
soul, broke his
Yeah.
I
heart.
said, Wes, she's not for you.
She for the team. She for the streets.
And then
Y'all continue this. I'll be right back.
Oh, I knew that.
You're
I knew that stance. He got to spray the place
Continue
up.
this. I gotta pee real quick. Go ahead. Y'all keep talking though.
I knew what was going on.
I said, Wes, you can't keep her. Our good friend, Worldwide Wes. You can't keep, she's not for you. She's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Brought her, she ended up signing up on the team. Ended up on the boat. Big sitting there, making a song, deep throat on loop boat. When the moon rises, I'm coming in the eyes. You go downstairs, then you fucking lose your mind. Take it to Philly.
Oh.
Fuck your whole career up.
Oh.
Pussy undefeated.
I gotta agree to that.
To some people who can't handle it.
Yeah, but it knocked all
So
of us out.
I'm
though.
telling you the nice version of these stories.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
basketball stories.
I know it. Pussy that knocked us all of us out one time, put us all to sleep.
Yeah, it did. Cost a lot of us some money. A lot of us some
And
money.
back then,
And we get old and we get wise.
it was around like Skittles back then.
What?
I just was the album cover. What was the light skinned dude in the group name?
Brother Monkey.
One looked like an Asian.
No, that was Fresh Kid Ice.
Fresh Kid Ice. He has some chick that he's standing next to on the album cover. And as a youngster, when you looking at that, you like, God damn.
You're like, what are we doing?
Where's
I
she
need
at?
I need to be like this.
Man, where's she at? Where's she at, bruh?
Yeah, no, the girls were
Did you do Freaknik?
yeah. I'm one of the architects.
I already know.
I actually was the one who produced the TV show.
I knew that. Yeah.
You know, Freaknik was a nice little innocent party, and then, I'm thinking, that's where I need to be.
Mhm.
Somebody booked me. And shit, if it's anything dealing with freaks, I gotta be there.
Yeah. That's your
I
cup of tea.
gotta go and show y'all how the freaking really supposed to be.
Yeah.
Shit, I get there, them motherfuckers in the park, having a nice little picnic. I'm like, fuck this. Y'all call this thing Freaknik, we gonna get the freaking going on
Yeah.
here. And then it went to a whole nother level. Year after year after year, people started really freaking.
Kappa Beach Party. You been there?
Oh, hell yeah. I got all the footage.
Hey, I heard so I was a youngster, so that's right up the street from us. In Texas. I'm right Port Arthur.
Yeah,
so
you Galveston.
I couldn't, but as a youngster,
Oh, you ain't went there?
I couldn't get there. I was still young.
I got the footage.
Man, I heard that motherfucking used to be out off the chain.
Oh, yeah.
And it was on the beach.
I went there,
Kappa
turned
Beach
that
Party.
motherfucker out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
You had Kappa Beach Party in Galveston. Then you had Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Daytona Beach was Black College Spring Break.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that shit was something serious.
Black College Spring Break.
And then you had Atlanta, the Freaknik. So I turned out all them places. When I started thinking about doing my movies, I can't put all the shit in one movie. So you're gonna lose a lot. You feel me? And so Freaknik was a major part of my career. And I was like, let me carve that out and do this. And so eventually we put it together, got them to shoot it, teamed up with Nas, them company. And it came out real good. Most people thought they were gonna see their mama on there.
Yeah. They was going crazy. They was going crazy
they
on
were
the
nervous.
ground.
I teased the shit out of it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna show your mama on this motherfucker. And all the mamas told me, oh, we judges and shit, and we lawyers.
Don't judge me.
Respectful people.
I'm enjoying your life just like you was
Yeah,
enjoying yours.
everybody was on nervous. Meanwhile, I do have the footage of their mamas.
Yeah.
And shit, because I filmed everything. And a lot of other people filmed shit. So we made it where people really understood, the culture, Black history, how Atlanta, became this entertainment capital of the world through Freaknik, the trials and tribulations of how they shut down events like Kappa, a week and all type of stuff. It all was the same.
Bro, Campbell Beach Party used to be so fired up. It used to be traffic from Houston all the way to Galveston. And they right there, but it's a line. The traffic is from the beach all the way
to the city.
connected. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
You'd have to get a police escort to get in there.
Yeah, that shit used to be crazy. I never got a chance to experience about my big homie.
Oh, well, I'll just show you some of the footage.
Yeah, I need to see that. Can you tell me about the most legendary boat party you've ever had?
You said you had a lot of them. What's the one that comes to mind?
If you can tell me.
He can tell us.
I had one party, actually, some more basketball shit. Nutumbo. We were on the boat in Maryland.
Rest in peace, yeah.
Yeah. And I had this boat party.
It was where?
Steve Smith. We was in that river in Maryland, DC.
Okay.
And the fucking, man, it was like the boat never left the dock. This is how bad this shit was. Brought all the strippers on the boat. They got naked. They swinging on the poles. They done turned the hole up the boat into poles. Motherfuckers naked. Everybody losing their mind. You know, people started getting naked. So that was one crazy. Another one was me and Big. And, you know, I ended up buying a boat. And we would go in there, call it Sacrifice Weekend, and all kind of shit happened. Everybody would be naked. Jump in the lake, jump in the ocean naked with the life raft on. I mean, it was crazy. You know, so you had that used to happen like at least once a month. What other boat party?
What was your secret sauce to just keeping it fun and just the thing to be? And obviously on the flip side, we seeing all the shit going on with Puff and in his situations. Like, you had the secret sauce because it was fun and it stayed that way?
Well, the thing is, most people would know what you get. Like me and Hugh Hefner and Larry Flint. If you go to Hugh Hefner mansion, which everybody, you know, was happy to go, they understood what he was all about.
Right.
That's what was in his magazine.
Right. So that's what you was known for. Okay.
And that's what I'm rapping about.
Okay.
So if you hanging out with us and you come to a Luke party, you know the shit from but then we never went too crazy. We had fun, but you know, we partied with a purpose. Everybody was down with it. You know, everybody enjoyed themselves. It wasn't no violation or nothing. It wasn't no turning nobody out.
If you make sure you be with it by the end of the night. Nah, wasn't none of that going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, it was we had fun. The shit turned into one thing and turned into one thing. You know, but it was no different than a frat party. You know, our bachelor party. You know, that's why, you know, I'm sad that, you know, they didn't never come and consult with me. Because, you know, when you try to do certain things, like if I want to be a basketball player, I'm going to consult with a basketball player. This is what I really want to fuck with. And then you're going to tell me some horror stories.
Ups and downs, yeah.
Yeah, and I might not want to do that. But I know how to do it the right way if I did that.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings, 4 delicious flavors, an order of large fries for $16.99. Mango, habanero, OG hot, and my favorite, lemon pepper. What are y'all waiting on? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now at wingstop.com. What up, y'all? This holiday season, make sure you're sleeping comfortably, knowing your house is protected. If you ever worry about the safety of your home or your family, right now is the best time of the year to get security. Our friends over at Simply Safe are extending a massive Black Friday deal for all of you. It's the home security I trust to keep my family safe. Make sure you're locking in a peace of mind with Simply Safe's lowest prices of the year. Old school systems can only take action if someone's in your house, and that's too late. Simply Safe is a new way to protect your home and stops an intruder before they break in your home. Their active outdoor protection changes the game by preventing the crime before it happens. Simply Safe is extending a massive Black Friday deal for all the Smoke listeners. This week only, you can get 50% off a new system with selected professional monitoring plans. This is your last chance to claim the best offer of the year. Head over to simplysafe.com/smoke to claim your discount and make sure your home is safe this season. Don't wait, this offer won't last long. Keep your home and your family safe with a peace of mind with Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Current hip hop topics. You said in 2024, I'm gonna expose some of these gatekeeper motherfuckers. How so?
We still in twin. Which one?
That what you said?
Well, the thing is, let me tell you this here. In our business, it's real politics. It's a bunch of politics in our business. And if you look at it right now, you got the Kanye Wests in the world, expose people. You got Puff going through his shit. All that politics. You know, it's all political.
Yeah.
It's all who you fuck with, and when they push you out the crowd, when they push you out the crowd in the conversation, you gotta know how to handle it. You know, and I think them dudes, I was like, okay, them dudes doing more exposing of people than anybody right now. You see record executives quitting and shit.
Yeah.
You see, you know, major corporations losing money.
What's your take on Lil Wayne getting the Super Bowl snub with the Super Bowl being in New Orleans?
That's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's another.
You know,
he deserve it.
He deserve it.
But Kendrick do too.
Kendrick do too. Lil Wayne is over there with Drake.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of things going on with that. And now he go, I mean, you know, I feel bad for Lil Wayne because I understand.
He caught up in it.
Yeah. Because they did the same thing down here, and I had to have a conversation with Jay-Z when they had the Jennifer Lopez and the Million girl, and the commercials were like, yeah, Super Bowl in Miami, the Latin flavor. Like, y'all say, fuck the niggas here. Like, no, we have, you know, we got Ross, we got Trick, we got even Pitt, we got
Trina,
we got hip hop in this motherfucker here.
So
y'all just totally did.
What was the reason behind that?
I mean, what he said was, oh, well, you know, the Latino community and the black community together. I'm like, hey, Jay, this is me who you talking to.
Word.
This is me who you talking to. You know, I would talk to you just like I talked to Pac when you was hanging around with Biggie. God damn it, DJ. Okay, now, we ain't talking about no politics shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then they promised to do some things. You know, he kind of understood where I was coming from. I said, you can't fucking disrespect the culture. You can have these girls, yes. We are a Latino community, but we're also Latino in hip hop. It's a way you could do it to show respect to everybody. You know, and they had the same issue in Atlanta at one time. So then you can't snub the local artists.
Yeah,
it's hard.
You know, you got to be able to bring them two together. Even, you know, hey, Kendrick, if you didn't do Lil Wayne, you know, Kendrick ain't got no problem with Master P.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, there's a whole shitload of artists from Louisiana that you could have fucked with. You know, to see that Tank go up there on the stage.
That'd have been just as big to me.
Hey, but you know why I have faith is because Kendrick always shows love to everybody.
He does.
He shows love to
He
everybody.
does.
So I feel like they gonna cook something up that's gonna satisfy people.
Yeah. And I just hate that
it happened that way.
It happened that way, and then I'm looking at Lil Wayne having meltdowns and shit.
It's tough.
You know, that was, you know, that's.
He's a rock star. You know, to me, I look at it, I mean, I'm West Coast, you know what I mean? So I'm sure Kendrick's gonna put on a great show, but I'm also a huge Wayne fan. And to me, I thought just his body of work, what he's meant to the city, how he, you know, carried him since a teen, you know, helped carry him since a teenager, it could have been a perfect way to ride off in the sunset. You know, stamping his legendary status.
And I'm still hoping that some kind of way,
some way,
you know, it's a moment.
It will
be. You know
what
I mean?
It will be.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you know, because just like I say, Ken, that's a good dude.
Yeah.
You know, I know him from meeting him a couple times. I mean, just genuinely good peoples. You know, and
I mean, but at some point too, like Drake, and like some of his people is my family. I don't know Kendrick at all, but the album and the songs he making are unreal. So it's just undeniable. You can't deny timeless music, bro. You can't. So you know what I'm saying. So
no, you gotta have it.
But people gotta find a way to just enjoy both of them and not try to feel like, oh, if I say something bad about Drake, then Kendrick gonna call me and tell me thank you. That's not gonna happen, bro. Kendrick don't even know you.
Well, no, we just
enjoy this shit, bro. Just enjoy it.
If you like someone, you have to dislike somebody else, and that shouldn't be the case.
That shouldn't be the case.
I fuck with both their music.
It wasn't the case when Drake was bodying Meek Mills and everybody.
Right.
We still fuck with Meek and everybody still, you know what I'm saying? So, if you bodying people,
Gotta expect
now if you get bodied, then goddamn it, okay, it shouldn't be okay. You fuck with him, I ain't fuck with you, and all
Take
that.
your L.
Yeah, take the L.
And it should go back. Like back in the day, you beat me up, I call the police, I'm a fuck nigga. You banned from the hood.
He's gonna have to fight till I get mine.
But that's similar to what
You
Drake
keep fighting.
did.
Exactly.
That's similar to what Drake doing though. You suing after you lost a rap battle.
No, you don't supposed to do that. There are some things in the music business that you don't talk about. That's been in the music business forever. And the two things that he's suing about is things that back in the days would have got you killed.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Those type of accusations.
by the mob.
Yeah.
Not no other rapper.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because when you talk about payola, you know, who ran that, you know, you don't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a lot of things exist then and they exist now. When you talk about buying streams, back then, they would say that you're scanning a record. Yeah. Like, we go and get this, and so I give the record store 1,000 copies for free, and you scan this motherfucker. Now my shit the #1 record. You know, so that ain't no different than buying streams, which some people do that, but not that motherfucker song.
Right.
It
didn't have to.
That song there,
Yeah, that's
you
one
ain't
of
gotta
the
buy no
ones.
stream for that shit. That shit is the shit. You know, that's a national anthem. So to then go and say all that to try to discredit the man's work, that's not good. Yeah. And I hope that's some lawyers amping you up with some bullshit to try to get them a bag. You need to kind of leave that shit alone.
That's my question. I mean, is he opening up Pandora's box? You know, we saw, someone told me last year that, watch out for Diddy because they say he was biting the hand that fed him with the alcohol shit. And then once that kind of stuff, everything starts opening up. Is Drake barking up a tree that's going to open up some shit that could really have him in some long-term problems?
Yeah, because
a lot of powerful people.
Because when you talking about payola, you're talking about every radio station in the country, program director. You're saying he's getting paid to play a record. That you don't talk about. You're fucking with somebody's livelihood, they will shut you down. They won't play your shit. You feel me? When you talk about streams, yeah, you can get away with that because it ain't like you're dealing with a record store like back in the days. You know, those are things that you don't really discuss. You know, you'll get blackballed real quick, real fast, and you'll be just subjected to whatever you do on the underground. You know, so that's why I just, the guy's real talented, and I just hope he just back off of that shit there. Leave that part alone.
Yeah.
You know, go do your motherfucking diss record. You know, go in the studio. I mean,
keep swinging.
Keep swinging.
Yeah, keep swinging.
I mean, shit, Snoop Dogg did a diss record. He did a diss record on me. I did a diss record on Snoop Dogg. His shit was more popular. Snoop became an iconic figure off his diss record with me. We ended up becoming fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? We like best of friends right now. We share a lot of things in common that we do.
Y'all made it.
You know, and so, but you don't get that much in your feelings where you trying to sue a motherfucker.
That's crazy. You've said, a lot of people that understand the business said you've been the most underrated executive. And a quote from you, I put myself on the level of Jimmy Iovine and them kind of guys, but obviously didn't get the recognition, the credit, everything that came with what you did. Why was that?
Coming from Miami, one thing, when I got to the point where I was getting the recognition, I did a deal with Atlantic Records. When I went into the room, it was me, Craig Kallman, it was Jimmy Iovine. We were the young guns. We were the new rookies coming in.
What year was this?
This was 91. So Craig, who runs Atlantic Record, he was doing house music in Chicago. Jimmy was doing his music in LA. So we were I was doing my shit, we all selling a bunch of shit, but independently. And so they bring us in there like, y'all three motherfuckers gonna run the shit, right? So me, obviously, the black guy, I didn't do my deal with Atlantic. You had Sylvia Rome, who was running the whole marketing and promotion department, lady, you know, black, you know, Nubian lady. And I always heard whispers that she had a problem with what we were doing because a lot of the industry had a problem with what we were doing. BET wouldn't play motherfucking videos. Certain radio stations wouldn't play the records. You know, so that's why we kind of got harder, you know, because we lived off the underground. Video jukebox
Fuck it.
was the only motherfucker playing
Channel
the videos.
23.
You remember that?
That shit was Channel 23, bro. Hell
You
yeah.
spent a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
You saw them
Channel
fine-ass
23.
motherfucking
Come
girls on
23.
South
You gotta
Beach.
think I'm like 10, 11, 12. Like, this is I'm going through puberty watching your shit, bro.
Exactly. Got your mind right.
Come on, man.
I got your motherfucking mind right.
Channel the jukebox. Channel 23. Cut it out.
So you had that going on. So that's how we would get our music promoted visually. And, you know, like I say, you know, the man gave me a $5 million check. And I said, before I take this and sign this contract, I'm gonna go around the corner, have this conversation with this lady, because I know she's a very powerful black woman in the business, and she runs the marketing department here at Atlantic. Let me get her blessing. They thought I was crazy. Like, motherfucker, you got a $5 million check right there, get this motherfucker money. So I went around there and I was like, look, I don't want to do this shit unless me and you gonna be able to work together. Obviously, she said yeah, because she was working for these people, but it didn't end that way. It was more of crushing what we were doing. So that relationship with that label at that time didn't last that long. And then I went back straight independent. So that was the Band in the USA album, and maybe one other album that I ran through there. So that wasn't good. You know, and that's when I went and found H-Town and all them. Because it was like, yeah, you motherfuckers don't even know what y'all did. Y'all fucked up. I'm gonna do R&B right now. You know, I'm gonna show you motherfuckers, y'all, you know, I'm gonna show you how versatile I can be.
That crossover.
Yeah, and then I did that shit, and then, then it was like, okay, well.
But you can think about it too, not to cut you off, H-Town is underrated too when it comes to
singing
groups.
Hell yes.
Come on, man.
Hell yeah.
Because they didn't have a big machine. I wasn't the big machine. You know, I was the.
You just had good music.
Had good music. The local independent label,
good music.
Big machine.
Yeah.
So they didn't get the publicity,
the commercial success they should have had.
And all them guys.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
H-Town was the shit. Talk to us about, and it's not even on here, but talk to us about, was it what was offshores and where you set up shop to make sure you were pretty much just not being fucked with on soil?
Yeah, off the grid.
Yeah.
Oh, I was definitely off the grid.
Talk to us.
Oh, I created underground radio stations. I couldn't get my record played on the radio, so we would go to England and do shows. We would do acid parties back then. Not take acid, but they called them acid parties. So how they would communicate was through underground radio stations. So I learned that over there, brought that shit here, started doing music, start creating these underground stations, playing all our records through there. So we had to do it that way. Then create a whole nother underground of going to college radio, get these college students a couple dollars because they was hurting a jacket. They became my record promoters. So I kind of did it in a strategic way where I knew it was like, yo, I'm straight underground. That's the only way I could do this stuff.
Other ventures, such as the porn industry.
What
was that like?
That was my worst
That's my worst shit.
That was my worst investment. I was in that shit for a short period of time. And I was like, this ain't for me.
This ain't me.
You know, I'm gonna do the parties and all that.
The real lifestyle
I went
shit.
and the dude shot it. We shot one movie. I wasn't in the movie, but I was paid for the production of it, and it was in there. I was like, man, this shit is wild as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, shit crazy as fuck. I was like, this is a fucking meat market here.
Yeah, I ain't doing like that.
And that was short lived for me. That is probably one of the most, you know, again, because I always thought, okay, I'm gonna transition and be Black You Have to, but be better. So it's obvious.
Try
that
ideas.
People, the product, people want to see some. Nah. I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
I never got into
You know, I
that.
did a couple strip clubs.
I love strip clubs.
Yeah, you gotta love strip clubs.
Man,
Jersey's
What a
hung out
passion.
big enough.
They get naked in Jersey?
no, my jersey's retired and
They
something.
hang his jersey up
Oh,
in some of them.
really?
Yeah.
That's how much I love strip
Yeah.
clubs.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He made some.
What's your
women
favorite strip
Some
club?
wealthy.
I would have to say either Magic City in the early 2000s or Tootsie's.
No King of Diamonds?
King of Diamonds was later on.
Yeah, we'll say that.
King of Diamonds was later on. But I got some King of Diamonds.
The
Shout
old
out-
Tootsies or
shout
the
out
new Tootsies?
Bird.
No. You
Hey, Bird.
you new Tootsies.
Huh?
You new Tootsies.
I love Tootsies.
The big Tootsies.
Yes.
That's how I actually got the idea of the visuals.
Oh, okay.
The small Tootsies. Because I was doing parties at the skate rink across the street,
Yeah.
and the bouncers was white. And they said, I gotta take you over here. I said, niggas don't go in strip clubs. That's some motorcycle shit.
Shit.
Man, back then, it wasn't on us.
Yeah.
I went in there, saw that shit. I said, oh, I got another idea.
Got an idea.
God damn it, man. Well, hey, so then I'm doing music. Then
Bring
that's
some
when I
color in
put the
there.
girls in the videos, dancing like strippers.
Yeah.
So then, I had, girls with big asses, obvious. But then I would take the model chicks and shoot their face and shoot the ugly
body.
girl's ass.
Perfect.
I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Like the bartender, I'll shoot her face
Yeah.
and then go get another girl with the same complexion ass.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's a
And then
game.
get you motivated on 23.
I
You on
get you motivated
channel
on
23? Post up.
I fell for it.
Boy, styling on himself watching 23, man. Come
Yes,
on,
sir.
man.
That motherfucker say
Yeah.
Don't be
channel
knocking yourself
23.
down
Jay,
watching
remember
channel
Jukebox?
23, man. Don't be
Remember
knocking
Channel
yourself
23
down.
on the jukebox, or were you too young? My brother's like 4 years younger than me. Yeah.
Matt was the only
Yeah.
one knocking himself down watching 23,
No, my
man.
dad found some Vaseline under the table one time. I swear
Not
to
the
God,
Vaseline.
If I'm lying, I'm flying. No one's home.
Jervin.
Yeah, come on, no, it was the old
That
school
motherfucker
Vaseline.
soft. Hey,
Yeah.
Luke
I'm-
on
I'm-
23.
Yeah, knocking himself down watching channel
I'm
23.
13.
Hey,
I'm
with the
12,
album
13.
Give me that motherfucking album cover right there. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, shit, I seen that motherfucker on channel
This
23.
nigga
I got a
knocking
poster of
himself
this.
down.
This motherfucker here.
I had no choice but to be who I was. That's it.
Hey, that's why that's when people were telling me you're corrupting the minds of young people.
You was building them.
Oh,
That's
my
what I'm
God.
saying.
You
I
was,
say
nourishing,
shit.
you was nourishing them.
I'm molding them in the
Yeah,
right
Giving niggas,
direction.
you was
man.
giving niggas confidence to knock
Game,
themselves
every-
down.
Yeah, I'm like, motherfucker, let me show you this is what you need to do with your shit.
This whole time.
Yeah, it ain't no Billy Ocean.
I follow
No, fucking Luke. It's the Gulf of Mexico.
I followed it.
Yeah.
Mayor, I love that. The crossover. You ran for mayor. Tell us what drove you to do that and what that process was like.
Man, it was a special election. I'm heavily into politics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always, like me and Q, we would always have these sit-downs. Back in the days, we could only tour with each other. So the New York guys wouldn't tour with us. So it always ended up NWA, Two Live Crew.
Remember your story. Okay, I want to ask you something else. But go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Finish.
So we know everything that was going on with us was political. They were dealing with police trying to put them in jail and shut their shit down. So we would end up on these tours and we sitting up by the campfire chopping it up. We came up with the idea like, we got to be involved in politics. We got to use our platform to motivate people to vote.
So this is in the early 90s.
Early 90s. And so that's where that Rap the Vote came from. Cube created that. Then MTV kind of hijacked it. So we both coasters, we were like, we gotta get motherfuckers because if a bitch gonna be the sheriff, we gotta put him in office. It can't be some motherfucker that wanna fuck with us. You feel me? If you're gonna be the congressman, we gotta be involved, mayor, police chief, whatever it may be. So that's how I kind of got into it. So then fast forwarded to later on down the line, I was like, career kind of died down. I'm a little at peace. Let me go and fuck with this mayor. It was a special election. The mayor had got kicked out because he had did some illegal shit. So it was like, it wasn't a long election. I'm gonna go in. My whole philosophy was, I'm not gonna win, but I'm gonna build a base, a constituent base, speaking on behalf of the issues of us, our community, young people, you know, cash bond, cash bail and shit like that. And all kind of, so I went in like that. So the shit you see Trump doing on these on these debates, I was doing that then because I free reign. I'm in a debate. All these motherfuckers politicians, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna fuck you. He gonna fuck you. He gonna fuck you. With all the people sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm keeping it
That's
blood raw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I already know my whole focus was getting this base of voters that would move how I need them to move.
You
So
got
I started.
20% too.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
That's a
especially
big
on short
number.
Term, no real campaign.
No, I had $10,000 in the campaign.
Mm.
And then I do these articles in the Miami New Times. So that was my media, that was my newsletter to everybody. And those articles were always politically motivated. And so that was my way of getting the message out to all the people. That was my constituents. So right now, if you want to be the mayor of Miami, you got to get me to endorse you. Other than that, it won't happen.
I love that.
If you want to be the congressman, you know, you got to get, I have to endorse you.
Wow, that's powerful.
So you'll come to me and
Yeah.
then if I endorse you, then it's blasted all over the place.
Mm.
I'll do a commercial. And so my base of people that I've gathered that has grown, that listen, oh man,
That's a lot of
with
that's
you.
powerful people.
Exactly.
Different places.
So then I get things, so by doing that, I'm able to get things done in my community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get parks rebuilt.
Well, there's a ton of money that we don't know about until
There's
you're
a ton
back
of money.
behind there because it's supposed to be allocated, but they never allocated.
They never allocated.
So for you to be able to be behind there and see that money and push it out. That's
Exactly.
beautiful.
So all my, like, if you go to my facilities at my youth program, state-of-the-art shit.
Mm.
Because they know don't fuck with me. Hey, look, I need this here.
I need
You know, all the different places in my community.
and I need it from that budget right there.
Exactly.
And that budget for this.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
No,
got
you're
it.
gonna go find the money.
They got it.
Yeah, because you got the money.
Mhm.
You know, and that's what I
That's
use
beautiful.
that for.
I love that, bro. Because I'm on the politics side, and you know, obviously, we saw you sat down with Kamala. We sat down with Kamala,
Yeah.
And our road to get there was a little different because Jack wasn't on it, but I was for the point of there's a lot of people that think like you. You know,
Right.
this is opportunity for you to ask or be around and hear, you know, answers to some of your questions because we all have similar questions. We all feel like we've been let down, but the only
Yeah.
way to get involved, like you said, to get involved is to be able to help and motivate and encourage people and get people out there to vote.
Exactly. And that's the most important thing. Like right now, we getting ready to 2 years, it'll be a governor
Yep.
race. And I'm really strongly thinking about running for that.
Yeah.
Most people be like, oh, that shit crazy. But no,
Yeah.
it ain't, because if you run, there's a possibility of winning. But then the other thing is the messaging. You go to every community, hey, look, I'm running. What is your issue?
Yeah.
Now you then find out about people's issues. And you're able to talk about those issues on a stage. And then now you have to address those things.
But you're also really coming from where these people came from. And a lot of people in politics majority of these white people came from a silver spoon.
Yeah.
So how can they ever relate? You know what I mean? And people say with the Trump, you know, when people tell athletes and musicians to stay out of it, you're rich now, you don't understand. Like, well, we don't understand. How the fuck does Trump understand? You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, to me, like, that's where we came from. We're always going to speak for that. We were just lucky enough to make it out.
Yeah.
So now we have to do something to help. So I love
Yeah,
what
you
you're
got to
doing,
use your
man.
platform
Got
for that.
to.
You got,
Got
if
to.
you don't use your platform, what the
wasted.
fuck are we doing?
It's wasted.
Yeah.
Give me the cliff notes of a tour of Two Live Crew in NWA.
Oh shit. Wild and crazy.
Yeah, I could only
We couldn't stay in the same
imagine, bro.
hotel.
You couldn't stay in the same hotel? Two
No,
Live?
They had one movement going on in their hotel and our move. We booked the whole floor, and the after
Correct.
party was a
Correct.
scene.
Y'all ever cross over at the after parties, then everyone go back to different
Yeah,
hotels?
yeah. Well, everybody ended up, before the shit really pop off, we'll end up having a conversation right after the show.
Okay.
And then
Get ready.
the other parties was,
Crack.
it was crazy.
What was it eat like?
He good people,
Mm.
real business-minded person. You know, street dude, but business-minded. You know, I can relate to people like him.
Yeah.
You know, we could sit down and have a conversation because you know, whether you're on the West Coast or the East Coast, you came from the same life.
Y'all both hustlers.
Yeah, we both hustlers. I mean, we came from that life where we had a lot of people that followed us, you know, that we looked out for, that we had to, you know, do street shit, you know, to survive. And I mean, we were all boss. So to be able to transition into being record men in this game, which the game is the same. I tell people all the time, business is business. Street business is no different than this Hollywood business. It's no different than NBA ownership business. It's all business, you know, at the end of the fucking day, you know, and so we understood that, you know, and it was a whole thing, hey, look, they out to try to steal our shit because they're using the same game plan. Yeah.
What was the young Dre like?
Who?
Dre.
Oh, Dre, yeah. Dre was always reserved.
Okay.
I mostly vibe with Easy and Q.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Ren, we did a bunch of shows after they kind of broke up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. Well, man, this shit has been crazy. We could talk to you all day, but we know you got to get out of here. So, quick hitters, first thing to come to mind, let us know. Childhood crush.
Childhood crush. Oh, man. Shit. Childhood crush. It was this one girl. I ride my bike to go to Coconut Grove, which was damn near 45 minutes away.
Long ass bike ride.
Her name was Bethel. I ain't gonna say her full name. And me and her was dating. She ended up dating a football player because I ain't had no fucking money. The goddamn Dolphin motherfucker got her.
Really?
I had the money. The
Bethel
mama
must
said,
have
you
been
can't
bad.
come around.
She must have been
She's
bad.
bad as fuck.
Yeah, man.
Bad.
Ain't too many Bethels.
Yeah.
I
So you get
remember.
that
Fine to the motherfucker. Light-skinned, bad motherfucker. That was the love of my motherfucking life.
Damn, crazy.
Football player got her. Then I came up. When I came up, I saw her. The next time I saw
It's
her,
over with.
she was in the car with, guess who? She was in the car with Whitney Houston husband, Bobby Brown, with a bunch of Pampers in the back of the.
She done had a baby.
Oh, Bobby done dumped in her.
Bobby done dumped.
I saw the car. Hey, and they wasn't looking. They wasn't looking good at the time. Now they looked like they had just came from somewhere that was somewhere.
Yeah.
And I saw, hey, I said, hey. Now I got the big Benz and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting there like, hey, what's up? That's you?
Yeah.
I think that's why I got the idea from the song I did off of Friday. With the girl on Friday.
The one that was barring everything, or the hood?
Yeah, the hood rat.
Yeah,
Hood rat.
Crazy
Hoochie
Girlfriend.
mama. That's why I gave it. That's why I got the.
Yeah.
You a
ain't nothing
hoochie
but a
mama.
hoochie mama. Hood rat. Yeah. Crazy.
Was that an LA saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because when
mama.
Cube sent me the clip of that movie and said, I want you to do a song, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, shit. I don't know. It probably became an LA saying after that.
Now,
but I don't know.
Yeah.
West Coast.
And I just did I said, I like this shit. What the
Hoochie is
hell
a
is
West
it?
Coast word.
That shit went. Go ahead.
One piece of advice you would tell your younger self.
Don't trust these hoes.
Don't trust these hoes.
I want a handshake and everything, but I don't want the feminists getting on us.
Don't
Don't shake my hand. Will, you get my He had to do it. Hey, you when they tell you they take a birth control, they're not. If you got a bag.
Top, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Top 5 Miami Hurricanes on and off the field all the time. Like, do you enjoy them on and off the field? Like they was good dudes too.
Top 5. Jerome Brown talked me into buying that BMW you saw on the album cover. And me and him would ride up and down the highway speeding in that motherfucker. Next thing is when Sam Jankovic, who was the athletic director, was gonna tell them not to wear the bandanas in the game. And the whole team came to my office to get bandanas to go to the
Everybody.
meeting. So they all walked in the meeting like, bitch, you finna tell us not to wear this shit? You know, I guess that's right up there.
That's crazy.
The next thing is making sure I was a mentor to Warren Sapp them in the wrong way, having them with me, him and Mark Caesar. Then I guess the number one, go in the locker room and saying, hey, look, you got to knock Warwick Dunn the fuck out. And they couldn't.
He was tough.
Oh, he had a big bounty on his head.
Warwick Dunn was tough.
You know, that
Big bounty on his head.
Fitzgerald was easy. They had him crying and shit, mouth all bleeding.
They couldn't do nothing with
Warwick Dunn, I don't know what the fuck he was on. They were trying to hit him and knock him out. You knock him out of the game. It was couldn't
different
do it.
game.
Couldn't do it.
No. They even got
Couldn't get a good lick on him because his footwork was unbelievable.
Bruh, that
was
motherfucker
tough.
was something serious.
He was tough.
And Charlie Ward. Was
Florida
Charlie
State.
Ward really a good basketball
Florida
player?
State.
He played 10. Wait, he played 10 years, didn't
Yeah,
he?
solid.
Solid.
He was a solid
Solid.
point guard. He
Just
was
solid.
He was solid.
They
He
thought
probably was the first one to do
The
some shit
crossover,
like that,
yeah.
basketball and
Heisman
football
Trophy
like
winner,
that.
Heisman
Right?
Trophy, yeah.
Definitely. Before we get you out of here, thoughts on what Deion's been able to do over at Colorado?
Oh man, great. That's my brother. I mean, Prime, me and Prime go way back.
Florida boy.
Florida boy. I mean, to the point where his dad used to be on tour with either me or Hammer. Because, you know, dad, you know, we need to watch him.
Yeah.
So we go way fucking back. To see what he's doing, I mean, you know, I know the whole story of him trying to get a job at Florida State, his alma mater, and them turning him down. Going to Arkansas, trying to get the job there, and Jerry going there to help him get the job, and the chicken man, I ain't gonna call no name,
Mm-hmm.
you know, got in between that, and they
Yeah.
eventually, you know, he didn't get that job,
Mm-hmm.
and then say, fuck it, I'm gonna go to Jackson State Historical Black College, and for everybody like Strahan and everybody
Yeah.
and people like y'all to go support him and support that, it was great. Turned that program around, you know, brought light to HBCUs, and then for him to then move on to Colorado, taking a school that ain't won but one fucking game, you know, turning that motherfucker around, and now they done won 9 games this year,
The one game away
2-3
from the
years.
playoffs.
Revenue was up 500%.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That's my dog, and more so, the guys on the staff. You got high school guys from his hometown over there that you don't see on the camera. To bring Sapp in, you know, and I know there was a little bit of pushback,
Yeah.
you know, to be able to get this brother, which is a genuine brother, which is my brother,
Mm-hmm.
to bring him in, to be able to give him an opportunity to revive his career,
Yeah.
show him something, get involved with, and he's passionate about
Yeah.
it. You know, that, I mean, it's a beautiful thing with his kids, you know, doing what he doing with the kids and shit like that.
Now they in the bowl.
Now they in the bowl, they're gonna play in the bowl. I mean, I hope they don't play too long, you know, but,
Yeah.
you know, Travis taking the top player in
Offense and defense.
in high school football. I mean, it's like a fucking movie.
It's beautiful.
I mean, it's a beautiful movie. I hope it don't go to the NFL. You know, I hope it don't lead there, because what he's built there, you know, I know it's a
special.
long, you can go chase the bag, but I'm thinking he's getting a bigger bag and he has more control media-wise, like what you guys are doing versus going to some goddamn
Big
institution.
network. Yeah. Man, we appreciate your time. Obviously, what you've meant to a lot of people, but the industry as a whole, man, I'm glad that you're starting to finally reap the benefits of that, and you're still here to receive that. If there's any way we can help you with when you shoot the movie, to any promotion or come interview everybody, put it on our platform, we'll do that. When you're running for governor, I'm in the politics too. So let me know how we can help. So
I listen, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate what y'all do. I mean, I've been watching y'all show from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Because again, y'all real niggas, you feel me? And so we gravitate to that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a whole bunch of bullshit on TV and on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just can't.
Yeah.
That can't entertain
No,
me.
I love that you're talking more too, not to cut
Me
you
too.
off, because like we need to hear OG voices. You know what I mean? Because they try to push the OGs to the side and everything now. But the fact that you've been more vocal, I love that shit.
And me being a Southern guy, you know, it's just an honor to have you on the show, but to get to know you more.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know,
I appreciate
I
that.
know I've looked up to you and know so much about you. It's just an honor to have you on the show and get a chance to meet you, bro.
No doubt. Last time I saw this dude, he was walking by the Big Pink. He had like 4 or 5 girls.
Me?
Him.
You?
By the Big Pink?
He walking around the
I
corner of
believe
Big Pink. I'm like, nigga, where you going at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yes,
What you
I
getting
remember
ready to
that. I remember that.
Crack.
I was at Big Pink. Big Pink restaurant. First of all, they got a menu bigger than the United States.
Exactly.
And you can't go wrong. You know, they got Big Pink is the spot. And I was with 4 women at the time. I was popping. I tell you, I was doing that.
No, this man
I'm a
here,
little
this
baby.
man
I
had a
seen
whole
it. I'm a
train
little
of-
baby.
I
He's seen it.
I get a pin?
I had
seen
4
it.
traveling with me for almost 2 years. Hey, I did that.
Hey,
Let me put my shades on to that.
We got some merch for you.
Oh, okay.
Some sweatshirts.
Hold on.
We got a book.
Hold on.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, bro.
Before we go on, just let's hold that moment. This is OG Luke saying he remembers seeing me in my prime on South Beach with 4 of them things.
4 of them things.
Luke saw me, so it's over.
I said, I like that guy. That guy, he's doing it right.
I'm official now. I'm official.
So Kobe stamped you and Unc stamped you.
Yeah, I'm good, baby.
You good.
I'm gonna tuck myself in.
Hey, he just knew I ain't remember that
Yeah.
shit. That motherfucker
Yeah,
be
I
in
was
that
doing
corner.
that.
I was like, hold on.
Yes, sir.
You know, I had a couple of this
Come on,
man
man.
running around there with 4. I said, boy,
Yeah.
this man here.
Antenna's
Okay.
always up.
Exactly.
Hey, Jack, we used to do our thing, bro.
No, we did our thing.
There's no question
No
about
question about it.
it. Whew.
No question
The
about
good
it.
old days. But man, well, thank
Amen.
you very much, man.
Hey,
We
man, appreciate
your
it, man.
time.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.